Trump is still a white man in America. He can joke like that, and no one's going to believe that he seriously wanted Pence hung. Okay, January 6 hearings are underway. Here goes a little refresher about what's being said.
Ivanka Trump. Scott, good morning. What are we learning?
Hey, Vlad, the committee made the case January 6th was not a spontaneous attack, that among other things, groups of the far-right Proud Boys were here in the morning before Donald Trump even spoke at the White House to do reconnaissance, to look for vulnerabilities and weak spots in the police line here at the Capitol that they then capitalized and led the mob in.
We lost the line! We lost the line! We have a breach of the Capitol! Officers down! Get him up! We lost the line! Get him up! Hold up! Get him up!
With newly released video, the House Select Committee investigating the January 6th attack on the Capitol laid out their findings for the first time in public in a rare prime-time hearing Thursday night. Some of the Capitol police officers who defended Congress and their families watched in the room, overcome with emotion as they relived the deadly day.
At that point, I had blacked out, but the back of my head clipped the concrete stairs behind me.
One injured officer, Caroline Edwards, described it as a war zone.
There were officers on the ground, they were bleeding, they were throwing up, I saw friends with blood all over their faces. I was slipping in people's blood.
Donald Trump, the President of the United States, spurred a mob of domestic enemies of the Constitution to march down the Capitol and subvert American democracy.
The committee wasted little time directing the blame at former President Trump.
January 6th was the culmination of an attempted coup.
President Trump summoned the mob, assembled the mob, and lit the flame of this attack.
He was mentioned nearly 100 times in just the opening statements. The committee making the case former President Trump endorsed the hanging of his own vice president for not stopping the 2020 election certification.
And aware of the rioters' chance to hang Mike Pence, the president responded with this sentiment, quote, "Maybe our supporters have the right idea."
Earlier Thursday, Trump's former education secretary, Betsy DeVos, publicly acknowledged for the first time she explored using the 25th Amendment to remove him from office after the attack.
They knew that President Donald Trump was too dangerous to be left alone.
The committee says its series of hearings this month will show Trump knowingly lied about fraud in the election. In video clips, his former Attorney General William Barr said he was emphatic with Trump about false voter fraud claims.
Which I told the president was bullshit.
A newly released video showed Ivanka Trump's interview.
How did that affect your perspective about the election when Attorney General Barr made that statement?
It affected my perspective. I respect Attorney General Barr. So I accepted what he was saying.
Since the attack, 5 police officers who protected the Capitol January 6th died. More than 820 people have been criminally charged so far, with 2 more arrested Thursday, including a Republican candidate for governor in Michigan who allegedly stormed the Capitol.
I'm trained to detain, a couple of subjects and handle a crowd, but I'm not combat trained. And that day, it was just hours of hand-to-hand combat.
We were invited by the President of the United States!
The second hearing is Monday. The committee says it'll show Trump's team knew claims of election fraud were false. House Republicans have largely boycotted this committee after also voting to block an independent commission to investigate January 6th. And Tony, one other note, the chairman of the committee says they will release all the transcripts from all the depositions they've conducted by the end of the year.
Here go 5 takeaways from the January 6 hearings. Number 1. Now, this is according to the New York Times. Number 1, Trump is at the center of the plot. That's the first thing they say they want to prove, or that they proved, or that they are trying to prove in these hearings. Number 2, key figures around Trump never believed his lie about a stolen election. The Proud Boys mounted an organized effort. So this was not a sporadic event. these guys were working in unison. They had a plan. There was more to come on the role of Trump and Republicans. Okay, that's the fifth one. Okay. So there's more to come on the role of Trump and the Republicans. The Proud Boys had an organized effort. They're going to humanize the drama with the Capitol officers testifying, as that young lady did earlier. Key figures around Trump never believed that the election was stolen, and Trump was at the center of the plot. So here we go, Johnson. Here's my thing, and this is just my opinion from the very beginning of this thing. They should call this the Trump hearings, because that's what this is about. This is about Trump. And the first thing I thought when I saw that they were doing this was, here we go, back in time. Back in time, here we go. And it's not because I think Trump's a great guy. It's not because I think that Trump deserves any type of protection. I don't think any president deserves any protection from anyone. But the only thing that can come out of this is more blame placed on Trump. But to what end? Are you going to find a smoking gun where Donald Trump is in the back hatching a plan for them to take over the Capitol? Is he talking to Proud Boys? Is anyone on the Trump staff talking to the Proud Boys, talking to the Oath Keepers or whoever they are, and saying, hey, this is what we're going to do, and you're going to go do it. Here goes some money. Like, they don't have anything even close to that. What they have is Trump fanning flames. Fanning flames. Did he provide material or financial support to these guys? To the people that boarded, who are these organizations that were coordinating their own events? Did he provide material support or finances or even logistics? Him or anyone on his staff at his direction. Get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, Johnson, you got to have more to make this a real thing to go after Trump, where it seems like it's not just about politics. The other thing about this that I want to be open about to everybody watching is that I think for the large part, a lot of Americans, don't get me wrong, there's some who feel different, but to most of us, I think we're just ready to move on. And that's why this seems so politically motivated, is because we've been through a damn pandemic since this shit happened. We got babies. We got infants who do not have formula. It seems like we got a mass shooting every other day now. I don't know what happened with that. That's how it looks. They made the numbers look that way. 4 people shot, and as long as they're shot, they don't have to die, and that's a mass shooting. And now we have one every other day. Every time a new record drops, a new rapper sells a record, it seems like we have a mass shooting. And I mean a mixtape record. I don't mean something out of one of the recording studios. So my point is this, Johnson. We have a lot going on. And don't even get me started on the inflation, how much my chicken wings cost, the price of gas. Don't even get me started, okay? We got so many other things going on. Do we really want to go back and forth on this Trump shit? It's like the Democrats have put all their money in the center on going against Trump. And I understand why they did it. I understand why they're doing it, because I do believe the Republicans would ride that horse as long as they could ride it too. The Republicans, if they could go after Biden, they would go after Biden as much as they could. They went after Hillary. Back with Benghazi, they went after her. So let's not be, like, I'm not in either one of the camps. I'm in your camp. I'm in Camp Truth. I'm in Camp Both Parties Suck, Johnson. I'm in that camp, Johnson. That's where I'm at. So, but to quote Al Pacino in a movie that I love called Heat, Robert De Niro and Al Pacino, but it was Al Pacino's line. To quote Al Pacino in Heat, don't waste my motherfucking time. And I feel like they're wasting my motherfucking time, Johnson. The entire point of this is just to inform the public about Trump. They want the public to know Trump is bad. Now, folks, I know we got some slow people. We got some people who smoke way too much something, drink too much, smoke too much. Come on, I know this. But their point about saying they don't like Trump and they think Trump is evil, I think we already got that about 3 years ago. I think we kind of got their point 4 years ago. Hell, man, they've been telling us Trump is horrible for a long time. You mean to tell me we're going to spend more money, more time to basically come to for you want us to draw the same conclusion you wanted us to draw before. The other reason why I know why they're doing this, I understand why they're doing it is, do you realize that the Biden-Trump election drew more votes than any other election in the last 120 years? See, just because I say I'm tired of this shit, that I'm not interested, and I know there's people out there that say the same thing, and a lot of people probably watching, you feel that same way? You probably feel that way. You're like, Tim, man, say it, Tim, say that shit. I feel the same way, Johnson. Fine. You know what? Your friends and neighbors, they may say they feel the same way. They don't. It works. People come out. It works. People said they weren't going to watch the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial. Record-setting numbers. You know, it's people say, don't buy this, don't do that, don't shop here, don't do this, do this. You know, you are speaking for you. The rest of the world does not follow you. They do what they want to do. And half the time they lie about what they say they're going to do. They do the opposite. So what I'm telling you is this shit is effective. People will pay attention. People will watch this. Will it change hearts and minds? Well, they got their best directors putting it together, don't they? They're doing their best to create this narrative. And as I told you before in the opening, that's what we do. That's what news does now. It's like Hollywood. It's like putting together Star Wars, like a new Marvel character. Trump is a Marvel character as created by media. And himself too. That's what all the memes are about. Folks, it is what it is. It is what it is. But at the end of the day, there is not what I don't like is people making this seem like a lofty pursuit. Pull your head out your ass. This is not a lofty pursuit of trying to get justice and even the officers they say lost their lives. One of the officers had a heart attack a couple hours after. But the other officers committed self-harm. They didn't even get that right in the clip we just showed. You think they didn't get that right? Or you think they wanted people to believe that officers were actually dying during the melee of the January 6th insurrection, invasion, visitation? I'm hearing different. It's crazy. So, even talking like this makes you a Trump supporter. Just even to just try to have some type of to honestly say, hey man, what's up with the gas prices? Cut the check, can we get some reparations? What's up with that student loan? All of it gone. My son has student loan debt. Just because you don't doesn't mean I don't care. I care. So, and all the other shit we want to fight for. What about the doctor care? What about that? Everyone said, during the pandemic's the best time to get Medicare for all. As if America gives a shit what you want. We've been trying to get reparations for as long as we've been here in this country. You would think it would have been a good time to do that once we got released after they promised to give us 40 acres and a mule. But there we go, Tim, talking sense, bringing up old shit. No one cares. My point is, Johnson, let's not act like this is a lofty pursuit by people with the greater angels of them, make them want to present this. No, this is tactical. This is strategic. You got Biden flailing in the polls. You got the Democrats about to get their clocks cleaned. And you got this Hail Mary. And that's exactly what it is. And will it be successful? I don't think it will be. I don't think it's going to achieve what you think it's going to achieve. I think pretty much people have decided if they're Team Trump or Team Democrat. It is what it is. Is the footage disturbing? Yes. Hearing people scream in agony is disturbing. I'm not saying it's not disturbing. It's disturbing to hear these stories, these play-by-play of being beat up and hurt and sprayed with moose, whatever. What kind of spray was that? But at the end of the day, Johnson, at the end of the day, are they going to be able to prove that Trump orchestrated this? Did Trump give money out? Did he do a Watergate? Did he actually hire guys? Did he have guys hired to go into the Capitol? Did he hire people? Did he employ people? Is there videotape of them being, or you just got Trump going, people go, hey, we should hang Pence. And he goes, hey, maybe they got a good idea over there. And you making it seem like he really want Pence to be hung? Like, is that going too far? Like, do you think people think Trump's still white? Sorry. Trump is still a white man in America. No one's going to believe that he seriously wanted Pence hung. Now, if he was a black man, maybe you can sell that lie. Okay? Maybe you can sell that. And that's coming from somebody who didn't vote for Trump. You got to keep saying that, You got to keep saying that, Ari Melber. You got to keep saying that. Because then you can go on the Ari Melber show. But see, they're not going to be able to... See, if Trump was a black man, if he was Obama, oh, God, if he was Obama back in 2008, and he would have said, hey, maybe we should hang him. Maybe you're onto something. Hey, that would have got him impeached. But not Trump. Well, Trump's already been impeached. But you get my point. They haven't otherized Trump enough. You can't otherize Trump because Trump is a white man. He's a rich white man. You ain't going to make it seem like he literally wanted his people to hang Pence. That's not going to work. He's going to be able to say he was joking. He didn't mean it like that. It was in jest. I said they got the right idea. I didn't mean they literally go hang the guy. No, you got to have him literally saying, hey, pay this guy to go hang that guy. You got to have those elements or have it in print, digital, email, something, a text message. Do you have that? If you don't have that, once again, to quote Al Pacino from Heat, stop wasting my motherfucking time. And stop trying to make us seem like we don't care about America, that we don't care about people being beat up by oath keepers or whatever the fuck. Stop trying to make it seem like we just don't care about other people. Just because we're not buying this shit. Just because we're not buying it, don't make it seem like we are inhumane. A lot of people have gone to jail already, Johnson. People have been going to jail for the last 2 years for this. There's been a lot of jail over this. You're watching a sequel. First installment already came out 1.5 years ago. Please put in the comment section to call up tonight with your thoughts about this story. Jesus Christ.